Hey, the name's just B.
That's me. That's actually Nikki, and this is Neji. He's actually going to be with us because he wouldn't be quiet. He wasn't letting us do anything. Today we're going to be talking about The Last Jedi. And I know a lot of you have probably seen it or not seen it, but just know that there's going to be a lot of spoilers. Yeah, a lot of spoilers, so if you don't want that, don't watch this video. We're going to be talking about the things that we liked, which are not that many.
Yeah, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch a review on the movie.
Exactly. It'll say spoiler on the title, but you know, people still click. And then obviously a lot of things that we didn't like, which is unfortunate because I wanted to love this movie. You know? So actually we have a bunch of topics, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started with it. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first topic of discussion, how did this one make you feel as a finale to a Star Wars trilogy?
It didn't feel like a finale at all. I feel like they should have split it up into two parts, kind of like Harry Potter.
Oh, like the part 1 and part 2?
Exactly, yeah. Because I don't know, I feel like they tried to cram too much into one movie, and they didn't get to flesh out any of what they crammed in there.
It just felt like it was a lot of back and forth, Rian Johnson, and then like J.J. Abrams, like just hating on Rian Johnson, and they were just trying to right a lot of the wrongs that Rian did, because Rian was like, oh, I'm gonna take all this lore and I'm just gonna say screw it and just do my own thing because I want what the fans don't want. And that's basically what he said too. I felt like it was very rushed, and it felt like it was just out of place. Like you didn't really have enough time to feel anything.
Yeah, that was a big problem.
Yeah, it was just like there was a lot of deaths. We say deaths, and we'll actually go into that a little bit further on. Yeah, it just felt rushed. It just didn't feel like a finale to me. I didn't feel anything. Next topic. So, what did you think about the big reveal regarding Rey's family lineage?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I feel like a lot of people didn't like the reveal that she was a Palpatine.
I didn't.
No, okay, I thought the idea was really, like, a really good idea, but they could have focused on it a little bit more with her, you know, with the whole, like, wondering whether she's actually evil or not, especially when she kills Chewie.
Yeah, that was really weird. To kill a character and to bring him back in literally the next scene just makes no sense whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. Well, here's the thing. I think that's the only part of the movie where I actually felt like a pang of sadness. I was like, oh my god, wow.
That and when Leia died.
And then literally one scene later, he was alive again, and I was like, wow, this movie has no balls.
We watched the movie twice. On the second run through, you do see the second transport next to the first one. So yeah, there was 2 transports. But I mean, the movie... It
didn't let you feel the moment, really.
Yeah,
it was like a whiplash of emotion, and then you felt nothing.
Yeah, and then as far as her being a Palpatine, that was like a big moment, like, okay. No, not just that. I feel like from the beginning of the movie where it's all like, hey, there's a giant broadcast, and all of a sudden, Palpatine's back. Like, what was that all about? You know, like, it was so random, you know? And it tries to explain the origin of Snoke, too. Yeah, he's basically a test tube baby.
Oh, yeah.
Test tube baby.
No, I mean, I feel like they should have just delved deeper into it. They should have expanded that. That should have been like the entire second movie. It's just like Rey trying to figure out whether she's inherently evil or not.
Right, so that's what
I thought it would be cool. I mean, the Palpatine thing I thought was fine if they had fleshed it out, but they really didn't. So that's why it just felt really weird.
It did.
The cop out.
It did.
Let's just make her, you know, her lineage some really...
Right.
You know, hype beast, evil man.
Exactly. And this actually goes into our next topic. So, did you feel that this movie had too much fan service? Did it play it too safe?
A lot of fan service.
Exactly.
Yeah. The second time I watched it, my cousin was there, and he threw up his hands literally every 5 minutes. And
he's a big Star Wars fan. Shout out to Alex and German and Kimberly and Lydia who went with us.
Yeah, that's when I realized how much fan service it had, because he threw up his hands every 5 minutes. Every
5 minutes, and he was just like, "What?" Like, as a Star Wars fan, you know when something's BS, because, all right, let's say the scene where Luke Skywalker pulls out his X-wing from the water.
Yeah.
It's basically mirroring from episode 6 where Yoda does that. They're playing the same music, fan service. It was just all over the place, and I feel like it was as a fan, I felt like they were trying too hard to make our fantasies come true. and not
It was
really give us.
cheesy.
Yeah, it was cheesy. It didn't really hit. What did you think about the whole concept of light speed skipping?
I don't really know what that is. So.
Light speed skipping was like the whole at the beginning where Poe and Finn were trying to get the information. At
No,
the
I
beginning
know what
from
had
the ice.
happened. I just don't understand what light speed skipping is.
Right, no one does, and that's the problem because they never really explain what that is, and they don't explain how Poe inexplicably knows how to do this, especially with an old piece of junk like the Millennium Falcon. I don't mean to offend anybody, but you know, it goes back a long time. The whole concept of them being able to just like spring from one planet to another planet to another planet to another planet like instantaneously kind of defeats the purpose of like just everything in the lore, and like it kind of just makes you think like, why was this a good idea in the first place?
Okay, I feel like the only reason that they added that is because most of the movie doesn't really take place in like different planets. They don't really expand the world in the third movie at all, like they do in some of the other ones.
True.
So maybe he was just like, oh, we can cheat this by, well, we'll just skip to different planets really quickly.
I mean, we got a Jakku wannabe planet where they were all raving, you know, throwing their rave signs up and everything.
The EDC planet.
The EDC planet, and then we had Exegol, which was pretty dope. Exegol, I guess you have to go through like the uncharted territories to even reach it. Super. Hey, behave.
Reggie, calm down.
Yeah, he's been there, so he's seen things, you know. But it just felt really, really wrong. I didn't like the light speed skipping. They were just pulling things out of their butt at that point. That's just me being honest. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just bring in force healing.
I don't know, man.
She's basically Jesus, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, this would have helped a lot in episode 3.
Or any other episode ever, you know?
Like,
you never really see this ever until this movie. And of course, me personally, I've played Star Wars games and they have that, but I feel like that's more of a video game element where obviously you need to heal if you get hurt. But in this, it just seems like it's completely overpowered. It just seems that
it doesn't. Well, okay, the fact that they're so powerful, it makes it very unlikely that something's gonna happen to them. So you're not really invested in their
you don't
story.
feel like there's any danger.
Because you don't think anything bad is gonna happen.
No
to them.
danger whatsoever. It just and you see this throughout the entirety of Rey's storyline. You know that she's safe. You know that Finn's safe, and you know that Poe's safe.
Yeah.
No matter what, like no matter what happens. It was just interesting to me, like. I like the implementation that they were able to go back to episode 3 and touch back on the whole Darth Plague is the wise and whatever, and it was cool. It was something that I really enjoyed. One of the few things that I enjoyed actually.
I just don't understand how ghosts suddenly have all this power.
And how they can grab
lightsabers.
Right.
Why don't they just bring back all the ghosts of the past Jedi and just kill everyone? You know. Hello?
Nicole just solved 3 movies right there. Like, 3 movies could have been avoided if we knew that Force ghosts had this ability. Like
Force goats.
Goats. Well, they are the goats.
Bah.
Nah, the greatest of all time. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on. What was up with the bond between Ren and Rey, or Ben? I guess Ren or Ben. Was it ever fully, truly explained? Like, they go 2 episodes. Basically Rey hating Kylo Ren and wanting nothing to do with him, and then all of a sudden they kiss.
Oh, I thought you meant like that bond between like they can see where they are in different places.
We can touch on that.
I thought that was what you meant in that question.
Well, either way, yeah, that whole Force looking.
It's like the Force. They had a Force bond relationship thing.
Well, what do they call it? Dyad. They're a all-powerful dyad, so it's like every once in the millennia or whatever. There's 2 beings that are like one, actually.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, in comics, but it's like.
Well, they don't explain it.
No.
I didn't know that, and I've seen the movies.
Yeah, that's another thing. I feel a lot of this was explained in the comics and the expanded universe, but as a viewer, how the heck are you supposed to know that?
Yeah, it just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it seems like something that.
I mean, I kind of liked the bond that they had. I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was a really cool element. I just wish it explained like why those 2 people.
Yeah, it's true.
I want to say it.
All right, go for it.
So why does Poe have sexual tension with literally everybody in the film?
That's just his character, dude.
Bruh, okay, so he's like talking to anybody, and I'm like, you know what, they should just kiss. And it's literally every single person he talks to.
But I mean, the one person he wants to kiss doesn't want to kiss him.
Yeah, but she does.
Yeah, she does.
We know.
We know.
We know.
You know. But yeah, like that. I mean, that's Poe's character. In the first movie, he was like that really really good pilot. In the second movie, it was that guy that you wanted to hate because he just wanted to go against everything that they were doing.
And the third one's the guy that you just wanna.
You know. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. That was a good topic. I like that one, Nick. The last Skywalker is a Skywalker not by blood but by choice. The rise is Ren though. So this entire saga, you think that the last Skywalker is really Rey, when in fact it's actually Ben. Ben's solo, but he still has Skywalker blood. I don't know, Nicole. What did you think about the whole her inheriting the Skywalker name at the end?
I mean, okay, I did read that some people really dislike that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it so much, especially because when she does it, like, the ghosts of Luke and Leia come up. So they're okay with it. They're encouraging her to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's the family that she chose, not the one that she was, born into, raised with.
It really seemed like it was a Fast and Furious moment there.
It goes in with the whole, it goes with the whole theme that you, even if you were born into evil, you can choose to be in the light.
And I guess, yeah, if you look at it that way, it seems pretty cool. But at the same time, I felt like they missed an opportunity where she could have embraced the fact that she's a Palpatine and yet still be good. You know what I mean? Like, embrace, like, yeah,
but I
may come from that, but...
Yeah, she comes from it, obviously. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, she didn't even grow up knowing she was one. No. She can't, like, all of a sudden just be like, you know what, fine, I'll just be a Palpatine. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. You're right. But a lot of this movie didn't really make any sense, so... But, all right, that's fine. All right, next one. Where did the yellow lightsaber come from? Okay, like... At the end of the movie, all of a sudden she has this golden yellow, but it's different though because it's kind of like a switch instead of clicking.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice that?
No.
Well, when she went to go to back to Tatooine and...
No, I mean I didn't notice if it was a flip or a click or...
Oh, I was looking at everything when I watched it again. But when she went to go bury Leia and Luke's lightsabers back at Luke's original house, all of a sudden she just pulls out this yellow lightsaber. The movie doesn't explain at all where she gets this kyber crystal from. It just seems really random.
I guess. Yeah. You know? I mean, it's just with the imagery, I guess. She is the light. She's yellow. She is Jesus.
She pretty much is Jesus. She could talk to desert worms and heal them.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Rey, but I just feel like they made her such a weird Mary Sue.
Yeah, I'm glad that they implemented the whole training regimen scene because at least that gave us a little bit of... Yeah, put him... Yeah. There he goes. Because at least that gave us as a viewer a reason to believe, like, oh, at least she's training. She's not, like, all-powerful out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
I still thought that, whatever, Rey, yeah, like you said, she's a Mary Sue. But anyway, moving on.
She's a cute Mary Sue.
I think 11 is perfect for you, Nicole.
What? 11? Oh. All right. So Palpatine gets booty. Whose booty?
Right.
This is the real mystery of Star Wars.
Yes. And it's not even from like.
I mean, I suspect it was a test tube baby, but I'd like to think it wasn't. And someone was like, "Ooh, Palpatine."
Yeah. This is a really nerdy moment on my behalf, but there's always this female that's on the side of him in the prequels, and a lot of fan theory believe that he got it on with that person, and then they made his son.
I mean, he was senator, you know. I feel like a lot of people would have been like,
yeah, they were cool with that, I guess. You know, Daddy Palpatine. No, we're not gonna make this a thing, Nicole.
Hashtag Daddy Palpatine.
No. Stop. No. But yeah, it was just I think them showing that he could create life with Snoke was also a way for them to show us that, oh, he could have created his son.
But here's the one thing that that kind of disproves that test tube theory. I feel like if he made a test tube baby, they would be an all-powerful baby.
Right. Oh,
and
maybe.
her parents weren't anything. I mean, they chose to be nothing, but I feel they show them very normally.
So does it skip a generation?
I don't know.
You know, is it like...
I don't think that it works if it's a test tube baby.
I don't know. No, he got it on with someone. It's just, we don't... Obviously, they don't want to think about that, Disney. But, yeah.
I don't want to think about
No one wants to think about that, but it is a topic. Anyway.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, sometimes. Anyway, okay. Next. Finn never pays off the line, "I never told you," with Rey.
Yeah.
What was up with that?
I think it's because he never tells us either.
No. It was such a dumb cliffhanger because you would understand if there was a next movie to flesh it out. But since this is supposed to be a finale, what the heck? So we're just never supposed to know, even though we know it's because he loves her.
Yeah,
obviously.
No one ended up with anyone.
The spy. What?
Oh, Ginger Boy.
That's what she calls him. She calls him Ginger Boy.
Maybe he had a weird contract deal. I don't know. I was just thinking more of like the producing aspect. Maybe the actor had something else to do, so they thought, oh, we should just kill him off really quickly in the middle of the movie. That's the only reason I think it would make sense that he's the spy.
As a story element, it was stupid.
It doesn't make any sense.
It was so dumb.
It's not. There's no precursor to him wanting to do that.
No,
it's just him being kind of petty.
Yeah. He the best line of the movie, honestly. It's
yeah, I don't care if you win. I just want
Kylo Ren to lose. That was great. All right, as far as you good? As far as a line, that's a hell of a line. I like that a lot better. Leia's death was so sudden and left us wanting more while simultaneously making us feel nothing.
That's true.
I mean, I can't say that because seeing Chewie hurt like that, like, you know, in literal pain because he lost Han. He lost Luke. Now he lost Leia. Like, those are his buddies from the original. Thanks, Disney, for killing off our heroes. Right? Like, seriously. I felt a little bit, but at the same time, it was very sudden. She just decided to take off her headset, walk over.
I mean, the whole thing is she's supposed to be showing, like, she's exerting her last bit of force to turn Ben to the light side, I guess.
Right. To talk to him one last time, basically.
Yeah, but it's kind of a throwaway line. But also, I mean, it's hard. You know, you're supposed to kill off this character in a very nice, satisfying way because the actors are no longer available. And
I mean,
CGI doesn't do justice.
Yeah, let's be honest. She
should
have died in the last movie. Let's be honest. You know, she pulled out Jesus mode as well in that one.
She flew.
Yeah, you guys remember. But yeah, like, and it's funny because at the end, it's actually noted that Leia was stronger than Luke, even though she hadn't finished her training. Remember that little lightsaber flashback between them? She beat Luke, so she was technically stronger. I don't know how Luke was able to force projection himself literally into last movie, where she was only able to say Ben, and then died. You know, that doesn't make any sense to me, but all right.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
It does. This is a great movie if you turn your brain off for 2.5 hours. Okay, moving on. Did you like how they used C-3PO throughout the film?
I mean, I feel like they keep using the same joke over and over that they want him to shut up.
Yeah, it's so overused.
And I just wish they would take a moment, you know, show like, yes, we actually do like you and care about you and respect you. Because we're friends.
And I know this is a different topic, but it relates to this. What was up with the whole mind wiping and then all of a sudden R2-D2 is like, hey, I got a backup file for you, buddy.
But it wasn't all the way.
Right, but it wasn't. It was actually to the beginning of where he met Rey, because he was like, oh, Mistress Rey, we're about to go on our first adventure, something like that. Terrible accent. Sorry, you guys. Didn't mean to be racist or anything. But, yeah, like, also R2-D2. Did you see him at all throughout this movie?
A couple times. He's not very pivotal to the plot. So.
Not anymore. They left that to the prequels.
No, and BB-8 isn't either. The little tiny droid, the one's like, no, thank you.
Is it Dio? Dio?
I don't know, but he's cute.
Dio. He says, no, thank you. Like, voiced by J.J. Abrams. That was kind of cool. That was cool. It was another toy for Disney to sell. That's for sure.
For sure.
Yep. But, okay, so let's go on. Oh, this one's yours, I think.
Which one?
17.1.
Oh, the whole deal with the Sith and its Avatar The Last Airbender thing. Okay, yeah, no. So, it was very reminiscent of Avatar The Last Airbender, the cartoon.
Yeah, because not the movie. The movie sucked.
Yeah, right. That's a different talk.
We don't talk about that.
That's a different discussion. Yeah, so it just kind of reminded me of how all of the avatars are within the current Avatar. Like, all the Siths are in the current Sith.
And that came out of nowhere, too.
Yeah, and it kind of had them in the stands.
like all the Sith are within Palpatine, so all of the Jedi are within Rey for some reason.
Okay, the part in the stands, I will admit, kind of reminded me of that part in Spy Kids 2 when all the skeletons are in the stands cheering on the fight. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Where did all those people come from?
I mean, they're different Siths. They're not really there.
But what happened to the rule of two? There's only supposed to be the master and the teacher for the Sith.
No, I mean, I think they were just like little ghosts.
They're supposed to be accolades? I don't know the proper term. But they're followers. But it just seemed very weird that there was like millions of them. And not just that, where did they get so many people to drive so many Star Destroyers?
That's true. I think they maybe touched on it, like it's kind of like clones too, or no?
They didn't say anything. That's the problem. Because they did explain at the beginning that this is gonna increase our army by 10,000 fold. All right, who's piloting it? You know, there's thousands of people that are necessary in order to pilot just one. And then all of a sudden Palpatine brings them out of the ground. So have they been just hanging out in those ships all this time? Like just...
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Plot holes for the win. All right, and then just let's go ahead and wrap it all up. All in all, what do you rate this movie as a standalone movie, and also when compared to all the other Star Wars films?
As a standalone movie, I think I would rate it a 6, just because like I thought it was still entertaining to watch.
It was.
But I mean, if you just don't think about it that much, and you pretend it's not the finale to.
Yeah, there's a part of me that kind of hopes, even though it's not gonna happen, that they remake these 3 films.
Well, I don't want to remake it.
Or at least...
Maybe just add one more movie that explains everything.
Yeah, Nicole was saying basically that, you know, they can't do that because the formula is trilogy. And that's why they couldn't break it into part 1 and 2, but it does make more sense if they do break it into those 2. I don't think they will. Me personally, I give it a 5 out of 10, just because there's so many plot holes, so many unexplained things, so many things left in the dark, that as a Star Wars fan, it really seems like a slap to the face. I did enjoy that they obviously cater to the fans a lot more, but they literally, I asked for a burger and they brought me like lobsters, and then they brought me caviar, and then they just gave me too much. It was like an overflow of, what do you...
I don't think you understand how metaphors work, dude.
No,
Boy!
What I'm trying to say is that there's just way too much fan service. Way too much fan service. You, sir,
no, it's like
chill.
no, it's like someone. No, here's it.
Let's see.
It's like someone brought you lobster and caviar, and then you bit into it, and
it would taste like shit.
No, not exactly like that. Like some lower grade, like crab. You bit into a lobster, but it tasted like crab, and you're like disappointed.
But crab is still awesome.
Crab's good, but it's not what you're expecting. It's not exactly what you want, even though it's supposed to be good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just expected more, but obviously I don't expect that much anymore from Star Wars or from the Disney-owned franchises. The Mandalorian's still good, so I'm hopefully gonna be able to watch that. But yeah, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 as a standalone. And then when compared to the other films, I don't hate it as much as The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi is still my least favorite out of all of them.
I think the first one, the Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace is pretty bad. No. Oh,
just because
Episode 2 is
I've seen it
horrible.
so many times, and I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know what it's about.
It's just a bunch of politics. And
that's why I don't pay attention.
Yeah, it really lulls you to sleep. Episode 2, obviously cringy as hell with the love story between Anakin and Padme. Like, that's terrible. You know, our top film is always going to be Episode 3 and Episode 5.
Oh, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back is great. Amazing. You guys know this. Episode 3, because me and Nicole have like an emotional connection with it. It's just one of those movies that we watched nonstop in our childhood for some reason.
Yeah.
We know the lines.
It's really dark.
It's super dark, but we know what's gonna happen, and we wish it changes every single time we watch it. But it's nice to at least the connection between Obi-Wan and Anakin was nice. That was good. And then obviously the payoff, Darth Vader coming into existence. The one that started it all, obviously. A New Hope, great movie. Revenge of the Sith, awesome as well. And then Force Awakens was okay.
I The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens was just basically.
I thought it was a good beginning.
Yeah.
It had no. I don't know. It set up good building blocks. The blocks fell.
Apart because of
And
a monster named Ryan Johnson.
Then they got set on fire, but it's okay.
Yeah. It's terrible. So this one, in my opinion, is either the second or third worst Star Wars film. Because the worst Star Wars film is obviously the Ryan Johnson catastrophe. And then it'll either be episode 1 or 2. That's down there in the pits. Episode 1 probably.
I don't know. The bounty hunter's son always pisses me off.
Oh, Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, his acting wasn't the greatest. What can you do? But yeah, you guys, if you guys haven't watched it, turn your brains off and go ahead and watch it because it's still fun. Obviously it's not as great as a movie as great of a movie that we wanted, or what we wanted. Hey, what are you doing?
He's eating a plant.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, bring him into the frame so he can say bye with us. That's all we have to say, you guys. Honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this. My sister Nicole is here for this week, and she has to go back actually today.
Don't tell them where I live.
I won't. I'll drop the address. Yeah. So she was able to meet Neji, and she was able to hang out with us, and it was really fun. And finally, we got to do this movie. We know the movie's been out for like a week already, over a week. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. The name's just be here.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
She's Nicole, and
this is Neji.
Yeah, ow.
Ah.
Awesome.
Did you just break your sweater?
I think he did.
Boy.
But yeah, you guys, peace.